Hey guys, welcome back. This is just a continuation of my series, and winter hit but I'm back, and I think right now I'm gonna worry about this electrical mess. Now I have had a somewhat decent idea as how to not screw this up. Obviously I'll only unplug wires and stuff where I absolutely need to, and I'm going to label them with masking tape. So let's go get some masking tape. My idea is I'll just take this mess and leave it over here, and hopefully that should make it clear enough so that the rest of this stuff is fairly simple. This was alternator cable, by the way, and it appears the rest of it's down here for some reason. I have no idea why that is. I know it's really not going to be great for video quality doing this stuff at night, but you gotta understand this is when I got time to be doing this. But at least I have a somewhat functional light. So I'm gonna explain some of what I do while I get these clamps off. So obviously I'm using masking tape to label which wires go where, but I've noticed there's this vacuum hose over here, that green thing right there, that's just clipped, which is great. For some reason it still works, which is, I think, because, oh, more light adjustment, because that green wire goes down here into these guys, which I think that's just some kind of a solenoid. I'm trying to figure out what all the rest of this mess is. I don't even know what this is. Who the f is listening to Katy Perry right now? I can hear it from like a block away. Come on. I keep finding these cables that are just unplugged. I don't know what all of this does, and it amazes me that this truck still worked this well with this many things just not in order. Next morning, I think I'm ready to start getting this mess of wires pulled out, and if I missed anything last night, I can just go ahead and do that while I go. I'm finding even more unplugged stuff. I don't know how this truck ran, but I'm glad it did. So here's the rundown on this side. This connector goes right up in here behind the carburetor. This guy goes into the distributor right there. These two yellow wires were already broken, which is great. This is the carburetor air sensor, or filter, and the filter as in this one goes here, and this one goes in here. This one we're trying to take out runs all the way back down here into this, which is a huge pain in the butt. Oh, and also the other two wires run down here. Alright, and the other thing I want to do is get this guy out. I'm not even entirely sure what it is, but this whole mess of stuff here, I just kind of want to get it out of the way. Down here it goes to the charcoal box. And the one thing holding it back is that little wire there, which is held on by this connector thing, or not connector, this nut thing that's, of course, special. These always have to be special. Finally, after much penetrating oil and battling, yep, So again, for future me, to recap this, oh, I need to take that ground off. Obviously all of these connectors went over here. Obviously this went to the ignition coil. This, who knows. This ground wire went on that third hole on the intake manifold. A little bit weird, but okay. These guys, I believe they just went here, and I think I went over this one already in the video, and I already don't remember. Yeah, let me get that ground out. So, this out of the way. Not entirely sure all of what's going on down here. But it looks like this is another one of those vacuum lines that's supposed to be stuck onto this, which I guess it's fine right now that it isn't. I think next thing to do is just going to be to take the carburetor off. Smells like gas. Wow, it does not want to come off. It's so slippery. There we go. Huh. Interesting. Seems like this might be a one-way valve or something for the, you know, yep, words. Yeah, anyways, let's get those screws back on there. We can move on to something else before I finish up. Huh, doesn't want to come off. There we go. Now this should come right off. Yep. Oh, ow. Ooh. Ow. Gotta get the throttle cable off first. Aha! Oh yeah. I don't know exactly what this is or what it does, but it's coming off. There we go, that's a carburetor right there. Oh yeah. Dripping gas. Well, don't have a ton of time tonight. We're just about ready to pull this thing. The next time or the next day, you guys will see it in just a minute here. I'm going to be pulling off this water pump, fuel pump, thermostat, all that fancy stuff. Right now, I want to check the spark plugs, and I've gotten this one loosened. Let's see what's behind door number 1. Oh my! It's dripping in oil. Oh, this camera sucks. It's dripping in oil. At least the plug itself looks alright. But yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm glad we're rebuilding this. Good morning, guys. It's about 8:30 in the morning, and I got the whole day ahead of me to get this thing ready. So tomorrow, when I get, well, hopefully when I get the engine hoist and stand, I can be ready to pull this thing out. So first order of business is obviously taking the rest of this stuff out and get it out of the way. Then I need to figure out exactly how, because I don't want to pull the transfer case and the transmission. I need to find a way to get those jacked up. Yeah. Well, I wish I was filming when I pulled this off. Yuck. Oh yeah, cameras are great. Yeah, I knew this was going to be a mess, and actually it wasn't even today when I stripped this guy. Hopefully I should still be able to get it out pretty easily. But that's disgusting. Ah well. Here's the good news. Got that guy out finally. But the bad news is down there, the bolts on what I believe is the water pump here are rounding off. So that's going to be ugly, but probably still doable. At the moment I'm trying to get this whole assembly off. So yeah, we'll see if that's the right way to go or not. And it's still dripping coolant too, but at least I've got a whole bunch of kitty litter down there. Up she goes. Oh yeah, got that negative camber. Time to drain the oil. Don't know why I hadn't done this earlier, but it'll be nice and easy. I already kind of know what to expect, but we're gonna do it anyways. Well, I guess we have to. It's not a question of what I'm expecting. It's certainly oddly satisfying to watch, and yeah, this is exactly what I was expecting. Oh, I forgot to remove the plug in the pan. Well, looks pretty good. There's a fair bit of it in there. Yeah. No chunks. Victory. I need to shove it out the bottom because it ain't coming out the top. Oh, there's a cable in the way. What is that even from? Oh, that's from this guy. You know, it would help if I didn't just leave the parts sitting here. Let's see if I can get this out. Come on. Finesse. I'm getting somewhere. Not exactly sure where. So essentially what I'm doing while I'm cleaning this up is I'm hoping we can get this plate down, so hopefully we can find the bolts mounting the engine here. This is the oil pan, obviously, to the clutch and transmission here. And this is the starter, and there's hopefully only one more bolt up here that I have to get off before we can take this plate off. If there's another one, I don't know if I can even get it. Yeah, there we go. Victory. So it's getting super cold and I'm not having even more time, but I've started to devise a plan. I don't know why this is out of place. We should be able to get to those engine mount bolts back here. I think I can see one right there. Still gonna have to get the exhaust off, but hopefully it, having been soaking in penetrating oil for this long, should soften them up a bit. I'm all out of time for tonight. So yeah, it's gonna take a while for this video to come out. We got hella lights. That sounds like swearing, but it's not, see, because of the brand. Anyway, so the last time that I was working on this, it was probably about, it was probably about 70 degrees or so. And it's been a week or two, but it's probably 35-40 now. So as you can imagine, it's getting much more unpleasant to work on. But being the idiot I am, that's not going to stop me at all. And with my newfound knowledge about the bolts, I'm gonna go ahead and get my fingers as far down there as I can and see if I can find those bolts. I'm gonna get frostbite. Probably won't have most of that on camera just because that's no fun at this point. However, one thing I do definitely want to do on camera is check in here debris that comes from that thing. I'm very good at describing things. And guess what? There's another one over here next to the clutch fluid, which I could probably check, but there's probably nothing in there. You know, let's just take a look. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost topped off. Well, I'm not even gonna worry about that because I'll just make it worse. So I spent more time than I'd like to admit working on the light bar because I got the lights in. And I figured I'd test it now that I actually freaking know how to use a multimeter. This doesn't sound normal. And you can see the amps going through this when I do that. Obviously, even though I have the lights on, it doesn't actually have enough voltage to turn them on. But this battery is royally screwed. Although the good news is that I don't actually have any parasitic leak. If I turn that off and I perform the same test, it's on. No amps. Actually, I should probably go away, leaf. Not kidding, that just fell there. I'm gonna keep bringing this down, hoping that I see nothing. Still nothing. Okay, yeah, no parasitic leak on this. That's nice. And yes, I did get new fuses for the multimeter, and I haven't blown it yet. I checked. So back on task. There's some twigs down there, but it's not bad enough for me to worry about. I don't know why I worried about it in the first place. So I'll get that back on and get on to actual productive things. Oh, I think I found one. Oh, you can't see it at all, can you? Maybe. No. Okay, well, let's get a socket on it. This right here is the easiest of... Why is my camera being a piece of crap? Whatever. That is the easiest of the bolts to the bell housing that I've been able to get to thus far. I've done one that was over here. You can't see it. One, which you can see where it's supposed to be, and there isn't one, which was not me. And I can see one more way down there, like way down there. Oh, and I popped a spark plug for some reason. Alright, I think I have every single one of them off on that side. You know, quote me on that, I'm sure it's not going to be true. So in order to do this side, I'm definitely going to have to take the hood off because I can't leave this prop here, and it's not like I can have another prop on the other side or something. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. I already got the water pump out. Looks fairly clean, at least as far as Krug goes. You can still see some of the coolant in there that's absolutely disgusting. And there wasn't much of the gasket left, but we were going to have to replace that anyways. So yeah. Not videoing too much stuff. Look at how much grease is in there. It was piston coolant, but came out nicely. So here we are. We got the engine out. Sorry I didn't really record too much. So next, not going to be able to get it on the stand until we get the clutch off. I noticed when I was reading through the manual that these all being shiny means that everything's all worn. And I mean, since this truck is 36 years old and I'm rebuilding the engine anyways, I was planning on just buying a new clutch. So let's get that off. hurt a little bit. I'm okay though. That is some weird looking scratch marks. I'm a little bit concerned because of how much dust there is here. This stuff is supposed to cause cancer. Chances are I won't live that long anyways, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna ask for it. But hey, we got that out. Alright, now I'm going to try and get the engine stand under it and bolt it to these four. Yep, there it goes.
Oh wow, I thought you were gonna still have to get up the puller and yank like bad words on that thing for a half hour to get it off.
Well, frankly, I'm not disappointed.
No, I'm not either. That is what I was firmly expecting though.
Holy cow. That thing weighs a couple pounds. Oh yeah. Look at that. For 36 years, the sludge ain't bad at all. Still gonna clean it up, but I'm impressed. And again, this looks pretty clean. It looks like this was actually a cork gasket. Doesn't look like a cork gasket anymore. Oh yeah. Yep. This definitely used to be cork. Now I'm gonna have to chip it off. So this is where it sits for now because all four of these bolts just completely stripped, or at least the hexes did, so I can't get them out this way. I'll probably have to come up with something. And in order to get the valves and the intake off, I need those to come out, so I'm gonna leave it here because my upload schedule is bad enough anyways, and we'll get that dealt with in the next video. So I don't know. Please subscribe.